Make extra $10,000 doing this 7 steps. A lot of goals and events in your life come down to one main factor: money. It's true that money is not everything, but it's also true that money buys you freedom and options. Sometimes we need an amount that's larger than usual to give us some of the options we want. I'm talking a 5-figure amount. Is a house down payment or epic trip is something you have been pining away for? Or maybe you want to kick your student loan debt to the curb once and for all. Or perhaps you want to bulk up your investment accounts. Well, saving an extra $10,000 this year could definitely help. If you have struggled to save in the past or earn a low income, it might seem like a pipe dream, but don't dismiss it yet. What if I told you that with some hard work and some financial resiliency, you can save $10,000? Here's a plan to help you do just that. Number 1. Make a promise to yourself. Before you can start successfully implementing some of these saving steps, you first need to make a promise to yourself. Promise yourself that you're going to save $10,000 this year. Now, set goals for yourself to help you get there. This is going to help keep you accountable and also give you milestones. If your income is consistent, it's pretty easy to make a savings goal. Just divide $10,000 by 12 months and you get $833. That's how much extra cash you are going to have to come up with each month to reach your goal. You need to know your target number before you even start, no matter what your savings goal may be. Number 2. Save on bills. The easiest way to find $833 to save per month is to sit down and go over your expenses with a fine-tooth comb. Some people may not have a significant amount to cut, but twice as many have expenses that can easily be trimmed. Now is the time to call your providers and see what you can negotiate. Is there a service on your cell phone bill you're not using? Are you carrying too much insurance coverage on a vehicle considered a beater? See what can get cut and pay for only what you need. The biggest expense someone has in their budget is usually rent, but see if you can get a roommate, or if you would be better off finding a new place to rent altogether. Number 3. Cut back on eating out. Americans love eating out, and the typical household spends thousands a year doing so. Even if you are not eating at a fancy restaurant every week, coffees and lunches through the drive-thru add up. The average cost of a Starbucks coffee is $3.75. In a month, that's give you a total of $105. In a year, that's a total of easy $1,260 spent on just coffee. That's more than enough to buy a regular coffee machine at Walmart and save hundreds of dollars every year. If the money factor was not enough to persuade you to start bringing lunch more often, think of the calories you'll be stopping from going to your waistline if you stopped eating out so much. Start packing a salad and learn how to make tasty meals at home more often. Number 4. Reduce your entertainment costs. If you're a social butterfly, you might spend a few hundred on outings with friends per month and not even realize it. Brunch, happy hours, admission, and lifts can run you to $300 a month easily. I give myself $50 a week, and I'm amazed at how it feels like I can barely make it cover one activity a week sometimes. But I have found doing stuff at home more with friends, such as potlucks or game nights, seems not only more relaxing but also doubles as a budget saver. Number 5. Find ways to earn more. A lot of people don't have $833 a month to cut from their expenses. This is a fact. While I always advocate trying to find money to cut from your budget to avoid wasteful spending, but I'm also a firm advocate of earning more. I earn on average 53 cents. I cannot save money I don't earn. The only way to save more for a lot of people, including myself, is to earn more. Make a list of all of your accomplishments for the past year and ask your boss for a raise. If a raise isn't in the cards, ask how it could be. You may need additional training or skills, so ask for a performance plan to get what you need so you can take your career to the next level. Sometimes a raise is not realistic for your job or employer, and in that case, it would benefit you more to seek another position elsewhere. If a new job or raise is not feasible, you can still earn more money. We live in a gig economy with so many jobs that can be done from home, online, or both. Uber is a fast way to earn money while driving if you enjoy being around people and seeing your city. If people are not so much your speed, consider signing up to pet sit or walk dogs. You can also make money from flipping items found at Goodwill on eBay, freelance writing, or being a virtual assistant. So many gigs require different skill sets, so there is bound to be something out there for you. I've been able to grow my income to almost 65% as a nonprofit professional by going back to school and negotiating my pay. I've also grown a successful freelance business by looking to support other small business owners. I'm a people person, so when others win, I win. My skill set allows me to flourish in both positions above. Once you discover what skill set you have, your options to earn more are endless. Number 6. Find easy ways to automate your savings. One way I've been able to hit my savings goal, such as saving to study abroad or financing an emergency vet bill, is by automating my savings. For example, my bank allows me to move $1 into my savings account every time I swipe my debit card. By not realizing I have small amounts being transferred here and there, I am pleasantly surprised to see a few $100s in my savings account by the end of the year without having to think about it. You can automate a transfer like this, or even a small but mighty amount per paycheck, then increase it little by little as you go. Number 7. Try a spending fast. One way to jumpstart your savings and to help you reach your goal faster is to try a spending fast for a month. A spending fast is when you give up shopping or spending in certain categories to limit your cash flow. By planning ahead, you're able to distinguish your needs and wants to help you spend less and save more. A lot of people limit spending to just essential items such as food to be prepared at home and gas, while others allow themselves a meal out or a pass to check out a new film they've been wanting to see. A spending fast and what you do with it is completely up to you. By limiting your spending to needs and not wants, you can see realistically how much you need to get by. You're also able to see what you waste money on and what expenses you can cut even further. Another benefit to a spending fast is you find ways to simplify your life, which results in less stress, less cash being spent. All of this equals more money in the bank. It may seem unrealistic to save up $10,000, but how do you know it is not if you don't push for it? Try these tips and ideas out and let us know in the comments section how it worked out for you. Also subscribe on the channel to get the latest videos on other ways to grow your income.